It is
Yep.
quite impressive. I believe that is worth a reward.
Hell yeah.
I'm not giving you one, but it is worth a reward.
Yeah, no, the reward is the dopamine of number go up.
Indeed. What's on there? All right. So last session, 2 weeks ago, there were a few things that happened. You reacted to the news that you had the infodrive all along. There were some mild reactions. Well, not mild reactions, but there were some reactions to that. You spent more time in the city on Mona. And Connor spent more time outside the city on Mona. Kana almost made a friend, but decided that it wasn't worth it, considering the friend was a teleporting Psymech that was tracing her teleported path through the the hills and the desert valleys of Mona. Later on, you exchanged some information with Rajuan. Not too much, and there's still more that you could get from him if you want. And you also plunged into some tools to improve your jump chances in the future, with Vicky revealing a project that she's been working on for Percy, in which she was creating a virtual simulation of the fight between the crew and the trail. Now,
very normal and well-adjusted thing to do.
Very normal and well-adjusted thing to do. Is there anything that I've missed, or anything that you'd like to highlight?
I will say, Doug acknowledged that was not maybe the best thing for Percy to be doing with the simulation, but he's going to look past it because he's not a therapist.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Go ahead and bring us into frame. There we have our. Yep. 30,896 sessions without near party wipe.
Yeah. Which means we've been playing since about 1400.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's about right, actually.
So that's why it feels like a long time.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, thank you for publicly outing us all as vampires.
That's not true.
No,
We
it's
could have used to be playing more often.
True.
True.
Yeah.
I mean, even if that's daily, it's still 1940.
Thrice daily.
Oh no!
Yeah, we were playing more frequently back in the 1800s. Wait, shit.
All right, and well, move that out of the way there. I believe that there's not much left for you to do on Mona unless you want to explore more and taunt the Cymex. Except for Elise and Rajuan having a conversation or a spat or a tiff maybe, or whatever it turns into.
Quibble.
A what?
A quibble.
A quibble.
Mhm.
I think it's gonna go more than that.
Probably, but hey, you never know. one of them might be in a relatively non-combative mood.
So is Elise's therapy session just going to happen off screen? Gosh. All right.
That'd be something, wouldn't it?
Elise was let Roddy sign her up for therapy, right?
Mhm.
Is therapy death?
No, that was the other thing.
My
Doug.
understanding was that it was actual therapy.
Yeah, no, Doug. Who else went with Doug? It was Asta, I think.
I went to the spa. I didn't actually go to therapy because
Yeah.
therapy wouldn't have occurred to him.
Well, the spa is therapy,
It was
especially when you've got
therapeutic.
Asta and Dima arguing about alien life and what constitutes alien. But in a chill argument kind of way, where neither of them are really getting upset or ribbing at each other. But yeah, there was a spa, a therapy spa.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I guess more of a kind of fun debate than a argument.
Yeah, like two people
Well,
just
you can
kind
have
of.
you can have a friendly argument
Yeah.
Yeah.
until it gets too heated, like it does with my brother sometimes.
Mm.
I say not too heated, but when it's something that I'm right and he's wrong,
I'm sure your
Of course.
As I would
I'm sure your
assume.
brother would. I'm sure your brother would say something similar.
That Meowkin was right and the brother was wrong?
Yeah. No,
he does have to admit that every now and then.
Yeah.
Alright. So we'll stage this right after the crew has kind of negotiated for some of the intel that Rajuan has available to him. Traded some things for it. Information for information. And unless you didn't want to be thrust into the spotlight right at the beginning, Jackal.
Well, I think after ruminating on everything for a bit, Elisa's just going to go over to Rajuan's office. Is there anyone else there?
Nope.
Sweet. I don't have to kick anyone out.
You don't.
If I recall correctly, there were couches here.
There is at least one couch. Yeah.
Phenomenal. I sit on it.
He looks up from his desk and the electronic paperwork he has on it. Kind of brushes it to the side electronically and looks across at Elise.
Elise is just kind of like not quite staring daggers, but somewhere very close to it. And says, I have some maybe uncomfortable questions for you that I want you to answer for me.
I will answer what I can.
How many psychics are on this station?
But you'll have to provide me a little bit more context. Why do you want to know?
I've noticed quite a lot of them just walking around on this section that we're allowed to be on. Kind of an abnormal amount compared to other places.
This section does have more psychics than the general population would imply. Or that, you get what he's saying.
Is it because they're all military?
Most of them are. Some of them are just exceptional at what they do.
Like, I don't know, peddling the Cinnabons?
He sits back and thinks for a moment. No, I don't think any of the psychics are assigned to Cinnabon. But that wasn't a specific reference you were making, was it?
Not really.
There is a particular service provided by this section of the city. Provided only in this section of the city. Some people are good at guests.
I mean, this section's all about appearances, right, for your clients.
Some people are very good at acting. Are you applying for a job, Elise? He leans forward.
No. I'm just making sure that it was a application, not a forced institution.
And how do you define the difference?
Did they have any choice in the matter? It's probably the big one. Or were they just so exceptionally good at acting that they just had to be up here?
Most have a choice.
Most isn't all.
Is there anywhere that everyone has a choice?
If there should be, it should be here.
And thus we drill down to the very nature of human.
How many people are forced to be here? And are they all the psychics?
Don't think any of the psychics were assigned this cycle round. The top of my head, I think it is only 3 this cycle.
Do whatever they want until eventually you tell them that they have to perform for the sort of duty.
You're sounding quite crunchy suddenly.
You were a little bit crunchy there.
I think the audio cut out on my side. Hello?
Hello.
It did a little bit, yeah. Do you want to repeat what you said?
I asked if those 3 people, they basically got told that they had to be up here in spite of what they were doing before.
Let's talk about something else for a moment. How is Koana doing on the ship?
Oh, she's fine.
Is she enjoying it? Is she seeing all the wonders of space travel and the dangers of real-life space combat?
We're doing our best not to get in space combat. I'm sure you understand that. We're
I
not
do,
exactly
and
the
I
best
thank you for
wishes.
it.
If it happens, I'm sure she'll be terrified.
Well, that is what I would hope. Should never be a joy to think that you are about to kill anywhere from 1 on the smallest ships to hundreds on larger ships of people who had no beef with you.
I'm pretty sure that they'd have some sort of anger or resentment towards us.
After you've blown them into space, I'm sure they do.
No, just by the nature of who we are.
When she's not firing on ships in space, what do you have Koana doing?
She does a lot of baking, I guess.
Oof. I'm very sorry to hear that.
Yeah. She's getting a little bit better. Not by much.
Is she at least learning other parts of the ship?
For the most part, I think. It's more of a Doug question.
Perhaps we should call Doug in here then.
I'm not
Ask,
quite done with my questions.
and ask him if there's ever been a time when she was told to do that she needs to do when she was told she needs to do something that she wasn't excited for.
You're getting away from my point.
I'm circling back to your point.
It's completely different.
Is it?
Yes.
Kawana is assigned to sweep the floor. She doesn't want to do that. Becky is told to sell Cinnabon. She doesn't want to do that.
Let me put it this way. Kawana doesn't want to sweep the floor. That's just a chore. Becky doesn't want to work at the Cinnabon where she might have to pull out a gun and shoot some rampant pirate. That's a little bit more than a chore.
I assure you that if a rampant pirate were to make it that far as to threaten Becky at Cinnabon, it would be akin to a rampant pirate boarding the Raza and threatening Kawana. And just as likely as one of your crew that you've hired turning out to be a spy and threatening the entire ship. The risk is always there, Elise. Becky
She can at least
understands
say
that.
no to us. She can at least, I don't know, cower and hide with us.
My point is that Becky is doing a job. She is helping to support the community that provides for her. And sometimes that requires her to do things that she would rather not do. I'm sure she would rather sit and listen to the newest music with her friends on a Tuesday afternoon. But this Tuesday, she'll be at Cinnabon. Don't
What
act
happens
as
if
if
she has to work at
working
Cinnabon?
is different from anywhere else.
What happens if Cinnabon becomes more than just a Tuesday thing, though? What if Becky's really good at working at Cinnabon, and then she has to work there Wednesday and Thursday and Friday, and every other day of the week?
Well, then she can take it up with the administrators, including
You are the
myself,
administrator.
that she is being treated unfairly.
But she's so good at working at the Cinnabon, like incredibly good. Probably the best that there's ever been. There's no real reason to have anyone else there at Cinnabon as long as Becky can work there. From your standpoint, is it not just more efficient and easy to just keep having Becky work at Cinnabon?
You've talked yourself into a man of a million straws, and then gotten angry at its very existence. Try first asking if we ever do what you suggested.
You know, the people that I talk to, they're terrified to be on this section. You know that, right?
Who is terrified to be here?
Like, I'm going to tell you names.
then I have faith that if anyone were scared or terrified to be here, they would bring it up. And I believe you are just trying to instigate me again.
You know, not everyone has the sort of willpower or courage or whatever the fuck you want to call it to say those things to your face, right? Why do you
Perhaps
think
they
Kalana
don't.
tried to sneak onto the ship?
Because she knew that I would try to discourage her.
Just like you would probably say no to anyone's request not to be up here.
Another straw man. Shall we move on
Is
from
it-
this topic?
You can't just dismantle my argument by saying it's a fucking scarecrow.
It is a scarecrow. You're concocting a scenario simply to say that it's scary. Would it make you feel better if I let you have a word with Becky and the other two who have been assigned here?
Maybe.
You are free to do so, Elise.
I, I just need to know that this place isn't like one of the bad ones.
His posture relaxes a little bit, and we're at least inclined to get, nostalgic or think familiar thoughts. He might look like a kindly grandpa who has just seen the trouble of their grandchild and is preparing to tell them a story. And he says, if you can trust my words, I will tell you that this is not one of the bad places. You may not like some of the rules that have been put into place and the procedures and protocols required or believed to be required by the administrators, again, including myself, to protect this city from outside influence, interference, and exploitation. I believe we are doing the best that we can to protect what we have.
Elise just kind of sighs. Protect your, I don't know, fucking infinite food and supplies made out of fucking mushrooms all you want. Just, if anyone here is being forced to do shit, they're not able to have any agency over their own fucking life, I am going to dismantle this place. Just the same way that I'm going to dismantle the union and all other fucking corporations.
Well, why don't you start with them first?
You'd like that, wouldn't you?
I'm very comfortable here. I would like that. It might make the news cycle less interesting. More interesting for sure for a time. And then less interesting. but we'll make do. And after everywhere else, every other society and city is thrown back into anarchy, Mono will be here. Civilized, social, surviving, and thriving.
You think I'm going to throw the entire world into anarchy?
If you intend to overthrow every type of authority that makes people do the things that they don't want to do, yes, I do. And I am confident
Doesn't
that
seem
Mono
so
will be
bad to me.
the last of those places. Because you're right. We do have everything that we need here. Everything. At Mona, the work and the requirement to that the possibility of needing to do something that you won't want to is a social structure. It doesn't support the economy, it supports mental health.
Whatever you say.
Was this your only question?
I think so.
He leans back again. Kind of grinning, but not on his face. There's that little grin in his eyes. Have I become as agitated and aggrieved as you'd hoped?
One more question, actually.
Yes.
If you're so sure of this system, why do some people who leave never come back?
Ooh.
It's not for everyone. I suspect
Surely
you
a
already know
perfect
that
system
answer.
would be right for everyone.
There's no such thing as a single system that is right for everyone. Humans vary too much, are too individual. There are some who like it here more than others, and some who, if they were not afraid of the world outside, would leave. Some who, despite that fear, still do, face their fears and never come back, or decide that the fears were justified and return.
And what are
Koana
you going to do if
is the
Koana
former.
doesn't come back?
She isn't coming back. There's
And you're fine with that?
a deep sadness in his voice. He slumps a little bit. I am not, but it's the choice that she made. The choice that she will make.
Mm.
It's a terrible thing, Elise, knowing that you are merely a couple decades away from the end.
Jesus, you're not that old, are you?
I
It's
am
just like that fucking stress thing that people get when they're leading shit.
I
Like you start
am
graying in your fucking 40s.
72 and in good health. If I'm fortunate, I will live to see 110 or 120. but illness can still sneak up, pre-tech medical gear or not. And
Oh, with 110.
or 120.
Christ.
And that's another 40 or 50 years. That's my granddaughter. My child, or what would be considered my child in other societies, would be here and bringing me joy. I don't want her out there. But I don't want her here unhappy. Especially not now that she has tasted what the outside has to offer and has not come running back.
And 20.
Are you reconsidering my offer? Would you like a job at Cinnabon?
No, I think I'd want to die if I made it past 30.
Perhaps that's why those before me, long before me, decided to set things up this way. As a grandfather, I perhaps have more to live for, raising a young granddaughter and seeing her grow. You know, if you want to liberate some oppressed souls out there, you could try spreading this social practice. See if it takes.
What, your way?
You leave the parents free to pursue their dreams, unburdened by the responsibilities and the heavy obligations of raising a child. And their parents have a renewed sense of living, with a stompy, loud 3-year-old scuttling everywhere she can.
Yeah, you're gonna have to forgive me if I think that parents giving away their children is not really something that I'm okay with.
Parents don't give away their children, they just abdicate child rearing responsibility to their parents.
Yeah, like my parents abdicated their child rearing responsibilities to little Sarah and sent her to Union for a quick check.
Perhaps if Union had children raised by their grandparents, the older and wiser grandparents would see more sense than to send a child into such a hostile environment for use and manipulation. I don't begrudge your anger for what happened to you, Elise, but
It didn't happen to me.
be careful not to you don't project that onto everywhere else you see.
It didn't happen to me.
To Sarah, then.
I'm just living with the consequences. That's all.
I would wish 1,000 times for young Sarah to live a different life. My wishes have no effect outside of here.
Clearly.
Ooh.
At least you're better than Cassian.
Do you trust him?
No, I want to kill him.
Well, do let me know before you kill him.
I'm not going to promise you that. At least you're better than him, right? You don't want to enslave your granddaughter. He wants to have his daughter on a silver little platter as she does everything that she tells her to.
I think I adore Koana as much as he adores Zoe.
He adores her as a pet.
We have different ways of expressing that, and sometimes in his youth, he believes that he cannot be wrong.
I know that you said that you didn't want to like talk about the past or whatever, and that you'd kick us out forever.
I
That can just
only
extend to me.
wanted you to be clear where my lines were. Forcing me to reveal or divulge something that I've said I will not is stepping over the line.
Will you at least let me know if I touch the line then?
I will make it very clear.
Why do you like Cassian exactly?
As tyrants go, he is one of the least destructive I've seen throughout history.
Except his own daughter.
He does not utilize his station for power and profit unnecessarily, while amassing extreme power that he can exercise whenever and almost wherever he wants. It is hard not to respect a man with so much at his fingertips, and yet so much restraint.
Not that much restraint, because all he wanted to do was take Zoe's memories and fucking delete them. Like they were just, I don't know, some bad photos.
Did you know Zoe before her memories were erased?
No, but you did.
She was the bad tyrant.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you agree with how it happened, or why, or even his decision to keep things as they are now, she will lead a happier and fuller life, never knowing or never recovering who she was before.
Yeah, somehow I doubt that one.
You're young.
Yeah, well, I'm in her shoes.
But not her circumstances.
I think, knowing what I know about Sarah, I'm pretty sure that Sarah wasn't exactly the nice tyrant kind of person either.
Sarah was less tyrant and more tyrant's pet.
And what does that make me now? Because apparently, if Zoe got better, then I got better. But I'm not really feeling like I got better.
I would say it makes you Elise now.
I feel like you just keep dodging shit.
I don't know if there is a satisfying answer to your question, Elise. You are still writing your story. You are still deciding whether you'll be a tyrant or a hero. You
Well,
may
I'm
not
not going to be
even.
that second one.
What she say?
I'm not going to be that second one.
He grins a little bit. You are still young. Yes, I do.
Tell you what, I'll put you at the bottom of the list if you're still alive by the time I haven't, by the time I finally take care of everything. Then I'll come for you.
Hmm.
Make sure you don't hit that 120.
Yes, and just a thought to ponder. Where will the trend be in that list of yours?
They're not on it.
And then you'll let them destroy all of humanity.
Maybe.
It would be fitting after what happened to them. Not entirely justified, but poetic.
Kind of asked the wrong person about that, by the way.
Well, if I ask Acid, I know what the answer is.
Yeah, and Acid's my friend.
I will sit here and wait and see what transpires. The Trin will first have to figure out how to battle perimeter.
Well, I'm sure once Union's gone, it won't be that big a deal.
I don't expect that perimeter will be affected in any way by the loss of Union.
No, but the gain of Union assets and all that, surely it'll be something.
Well, then you'll just have to make sure that everything goes up in ashes that can't be rebuilt.
I think you want every place else to be gone. This is kind of what I'm getting. This whole side business thing you got going on is only just to placate some need to be aware of what everyone else is doing.
I don't want everything else destroyed, but if it's the inevitability that you're painting, or that the Trin create, or some mad scientist brings about through Meltech experiments, I am confident at least that Mona and its people will be spared.
And then
Unless
you
it
have
simply ends
nothing
the
else
entire
to worry
universe,
about.
of course.
I mean, if it's just Mona, you have nothing else to worry about, right?
Wait, can you repeat that?
And if it's just Mona, you've got nothing else to worry about.
I am not terribly worried about any directed attack against Mona before everything else has been removed. In that regard, at least, the Raza is the closest threat. You are approaching that line.
Yeah, well, it's not like I'm captain, so I think you're fine.
Has Porcelain found you?
This is an out of character thing now. I have no idea. I think the answer is no.
Well, we were recently made aware that Porcelain is hunting us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Then I say that. I know that she's hunting us, but we haven't seen her.
You should prepare for that.
I should prepare for what? Shooting her in the face?
Who will you be shooting? Porcelain before her memories were wiped, or Porcelain after her memories were wiped?
I don't think it matters. Not in this case.
If it were up to me, I would like to get to know Elise, or I mean, the Porcelain after her memories were wiped, before shooting her.
If Porcelain, after her memories is wiped, wants to kill us and is intent on killing us, I still don't have an intention of dying at the moment. And I'm getting a little tired of staring people that turn out just to shoot us in the face or to turn into some fucking monstrous creature.
Monstrous creature?
Oh God. Oh, that's right.
Long story.
I
Credible
have time.
information.
Sure you do. You and your 40 fucking years till death.
50 years.
Oh, so generous now. At first you only said a couple decades.
A couple by XKCD rules.
Elise will explain most of the trail situation, not all of it.
Yeah. Does does she describe the monstrosity the trail turned into?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Likely one of Mercury's personal experiments. You and your ship are fortunate to have survived that. Or competence. Luck and competence are often mistaken.
It was mostly Percy.
Is he alright?
He's fine. He's an idiot, but he's fine.
Did Elise tell Rajuan that Trail was Percy's adoptive father?
I don't think that Elise would have said that portion.
Okay. And then he says,
Could you... Sorry.
do you want to add something there, Barrow?
I was just gonna say that if you're mentioning why we didn't actually set off the trap and kill him the first time, then that probably would have come up.
Yeah, that's fair. Then yeah, I'll redact that.
Okay. Alright. His response is slightly different then. He did still ask if Percy is okay. But his response after that is kind of a little bit of a sigh and a slump. You all need better guidance.
Oh, I was gonna say therapy.
So did I. So did I.
I mean, I guess it's kind of the same thing, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Depends. Depends how you want to look at it.
And I suppose one can't fault Mr. Randall for, despite his physical age, and what wisdom may have carried through the incident, the memory wipe. He was trying to figure things out just as much as the rest of you were.
Hmm.
Sure.
Well, for what
what?
it's worth, I'm happy that you all are still alive and working through this as well as you can.
I feel like you're being sarcastic.
I am
Are
not.
you capable of that?
No.
Mm. Might be good to add to the repertoire with the lying thing.
Believe my sarcasm was drawn out and spooled around a twirling 6, 7, 8-year-old girl who would never stop.
Yeah. I'll lead you to your, I don't know, whatever you want to call this.
Peddling information about the sector, its celebrities, and intel that governments and corporations don't want people to know.
He's at the hot gas.
My office is open, should you have anything to trade.
Wasn't really referring to your side gig. I was referring more to the whole, I don't know, plastered utopia pick you got going on here.
Oh, it mostly runs itself.
Yeah. Enjoy your mushrooms or something, I guess.
Thank you, Elise.
See you next time.
I shall look forward to it and hope there is a next time.
Well, you should really hope that there's a next time after the next time. Remember, list.
With that list in mind, I will eventually hope that there is no next time.
At least does kind of smile at that one. There you go.
You are happy that I want you to die before me.
I would so love to see you try, because nobody else has succeeded so far.
He doesn't say anything.
Elise does linger at the door, and she starts reminiscing a little bit about the past few months. The almost bombing, the almost stabbing, the almost shooting, the almost shooting, the almost bombing again.
Okay.
So on and so forth. She goes into egregious detail too about like how she was dying in these visions and how she stopped it, and how, you know, Dima almost died, but then she stopped that, and so on and so forth.
He listens, making occasional grandfatherly noises of "oh my" and and yes.
Yeah. And that's only been the last few months. Let's not even think about what happened first, like Sarah, because I've seen some of those, and those have been gruesome.
I suspect Elisa leads a much bolder and more interesting life than Sarah ever did.
Sorry, Sarah the terrorist.
So again, you can try. I'm pretty sure it's not going to work.
Believe me, it won't be me or Mona trying or in any way acting against you.
Oh, so you're rooting for Union now? Damn.
You can take that away if you want.
Hmm. Kind of cold to side with the Union and Mercure and Spectre and all those other fuckers. Just a little bit.
Perhaps it's simply a random zombie floating in space that I hope finally grapples the Raza to death. A giant zombie that's been floating and growing for millennia.
Well, I certainly know you don't mean that one, because that would mean Polana would die. So,
No, in this particular fantasy, she has already returned. Since this is all purely fantasy.
Sure. No, rest assured that if the Raza is going to get blown up, Koana will surely die with the rest of us.
You are again approaching the line.
Sorry.
Please do your best to keep Koana safe.
I will. I don't want to see her dead.
Neither do I, Elise.
I mean, obvious statements.
All right, bye.
Please close the door on your way out.
I'll let the door hit you on the way out. Sorry.
Please close the door on the way out.
Okay.
Yeah, just I don't want your granddaughter to die. Yeah, me either. Okay, bye.
What else is I supposed to say?
No, I mean that's also on Radron right there.
I just find it entertaining.
Definitely very enjoyable. All right. So, is there anything else that you want to do on Mona while you're here?
Well, I'm good. Everything else that I want to do can be done on the ship while it's going to its destination, or
Okay.
next destination rather.
And I'll offer one last time. Are there any other pieces of news, not news, intel, that you want from Rajuan before you leave?
We went through the information that we got before, like all the entity stuff, and decided how much of it we wanted to parcel out, right?
You did.
Yeah, I think we're.
Yeah.
Did we trade all of the stuff that we settled on being willing to trade, or?
I think
don't-
we traded it, but Dex wasn't sure what Rajon would give us in response yet.
Oh no, you left that to Rajuan, and I said that I wasn't going to decide for him, and so I rolled, and that's when you got the Audruma combat capabilities and the Audruma ship tech.
Okay, so that exchange happened. With
Okay,
what we
yeah,
were already
yeah,
willing to
yeah,
trade out of
yeah,
that
yeah.
information. So yeah, that's fine.
Still
Yeah,
available is Audruma material trade, Audruma diplomatic relationships, diplomatic relations, and the salvaged infradrive information.
Okay, the other information that I wanted to give Rajon anyway for the purpose of being able to share, like, just as so we can spread information thing, regardless of whether we get anything for it or not, is, well, actually, not entirely certain, actually, because, there was the entity stuff that we told her about, and, the entity that we met mentioned the impatient, the people who are trying to, like, hasten the end of the universe. I feel like if anyone's going to be messing with them, it's probably, question mark, gonna be us. like we wouldn't want someone else to go poke that fucking sleeping bear first. And the alternative is that he sells it to someone who does want to join them and help end the universe, which also not great. So let's not mention that. Actually, I don't think. We
Okay.
can mention it later.
Talk yourself into it and then out of it. Good, good.
Yeah, yeah. I don't want to talk myself into it. I just talk myself out of it.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm. Yeah. Was there anything else we wanted to sell him? Or
Next, we
barter, I
already
suppose?
basically had the entity stuff, so
Mm.
like that was the big thing for us.
You-
I honestly, like mechanically, that's also about the only valuable information that we have.
Mm.
Obviously, I realize that's not restrictive to that. But I can't think of anything else.
Well, of what you have, in addition to various experiences that you've had and information that you've gotten that wasn't just a lore drop, you've got condenser data. You decided fairly firmly that you did not want to give that to him.
Yeah,
you got-
because the entity told us that's designed to poke holes in
Because
the
if there's
universe.
anywhere that could build them, it would be here.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
And it's probably best to keep that away from anywhere that can be built.
You have historical military data of the Mu in Muron developing early military relationships with the entities, as well as like the locations of jump gates, and with that is a not a rudder but a location Onalau. And you had culture data for the Mu.
Hmm.
So really, they're bargaining chips if any of those things that he has not already provided to you are intel or data that you want.
I mean, we could probably come up with other information from our various travels that he's interested in. Like if we need to, not that I can think of anything off the top of my head, but it doesn't mean there's nothing. Mm. You know what? We can message him or stop by in the future with Kwana again. I think we're probably okay.
All right. Yeah, and that was my other last comment I was going to make is I'm just bringing it up. You absolutely don't have to. With that, did Kana want to do any more exploring?
You tempt me with things that you shouldn't tempt me with.
Do it. You know you want to. You know you want to.
I remember you didn't get seen by the mech, right?
She didn't.
No, it was only following my psychic trail.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No big deal.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't see the issue there.
Yeah, that happens all the time.
It's pretty bad.
Hear me out,
So
right?
is that a no on
What-
the exploring?
Hear me out. What if instead of just making all the weird teleport shenanigans happen while we're on planet, why don't you wait until after we leave, then teleport back around the surface and hop back to orbit so Rajon doesn't go, oh yeah, no, must have been them.
Oh, I mean, he's not about 2 and 2 to get. I mean, they know it's a teleporter, right?
Yeah, but they don't know yet that it's a teleporter.
How many
mean,
teleporters do you have that can
many
teleport
strange
ship to ground?
Well, plus, didn't Kana have like the uniform on?
While teleporting around the planet? No. Dressed
No,
in Mona garb.
when you met Rajuan.
Uh-huh.
I remember asking
But,
that. If Rajuan knows what that uniform and the pin means.
He knows the uniform. He knows it. And I'm sure that he knows that Myokin is a teleporter. I'm
And then there's
Not
strange
sure he
teleporter
knows
activity.
that.
I'm just saying, that seems like to me, like 2 and 2 together, he would figure out that it's probably you teleporting around.
Sure, except we would be teleporting around after the ship leaves.
Yeah, but I mean, how many ships are coming here? I'm just saying, there's not too many visitors.
Sure.
Anyways,
Counterpoint. Ship to ground teleportation, or rather the other way around, ground to ship teleportation isn't the thing that's common by any regard.
Exactly, which is why he
yeah,
was.
but
which is why he
then
was
it's like
from the
it's
firefight.
gonna stop happening shortly after we leave, no matter what.
Sure enough.
If anything, you're just telling him that hey, you can that you can teleport from ship to ground.
Okay, yeah, fair point actually, huh?
I can't tell if Meowkin is arguing that it's a good idea or a bad idea to explore.
I'm fine with it. I just want to make it clear that that information will be given up. Most
Yeah,
likely.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Like that can,
Yeah,
that information can be logically deduced from that activity.
Mhm.
I'm
Yeah.
actually cool with if you do want to do the more exploring, but just don't expect to not have Rajuan put 2 and 2 together and figure out that it was
I think
not from our ship.
knowing that Cymex are here and are an issue, I think it would be more fun to just outright provoke one.
See how aggressive they're willing to respond. I mean, yeah. I mean, to be fair, it's like it's probably more like Rajuan's probably told him, it's like, yeah, it's probably the people from the Raza. It's probably harmless, maybe. Or he tells you to, oh yeah, no, if you see him, you still shoot him on sight like you always do. We don't know what their standard modus operandi is.
Yeah. Oh, let me mute for a sec.
You broke up just a little bit. Can you repeat that? In a moment. I think I heard a train at that very time.
Might be.
That would do it.
Okay. Oh, that is what they said is need to mute for a sec. I parsed it together, and also they just typed it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'll do it.
Okay. All right, so let me move you over to the sector map. Because we going on a journey.
Going on a journey. I guess we. So we have the Emperor drive. We just need to get our drive up to 6, and I think to get that, I think we have most of the parts, right? If not all of them. We just need the spare parts.
You're the parts guy. You would know.
Yeah, I know. Hold on, I'm checking. I'm thinking out loud as I'm going to check.
Okay.
Part 6. So we need to get for everything. We need computing conversion. Was one of those for the drive 6? Yeah. Well, no, we still have material. Let's see, 1 materials, 1 computing, 1 amp. Yeah, so we got plenty. We got the pre-tech for it. We just need the spare parts.
Okay.
To finish upgrading or fixing the drive up to drive 6. Well, is there any to get the infant drive back and running? Will that be any significant work once it's drive 6 or?
Yeah, there's almost. Well, it's okay. Yes.
Maybe at least require a full shutdown of the drive while you do it.
Yeah, it's definitely going to require some shutdown, some time. You'll need to figure out how to start up the drive without the infradrive feed, like and resequencing, blowing everything up. Yeah, there's gonna be some downtime and some risk, or perceived risk, I'll say.
I mean, still be nice to have that drive 6. If we
Oh,
think
definitely.
we can get there. No, didn't someone want to stop by March on the way back too?
Yeah, I think so. I think we were ready to poke Cassian about the Infodrive/Android thing.
So if we could get, I mean,
I think.
Miran is the big salvage area, right? Presumably there's still some there. We need 12,000 parts, though, so it's gonna be a bit.
Honestly, we can probably get 12,000 parts there.
But then also if we're going back to March, maybe we could try to sweet talk into getting to the shipyard again for the drive repairs.
Maybe.
And then, well, I guess we may still make the jump in one go, but I don't know, I guess the question is do we think it's important to have the drive 6 and drive before we go to Ultima, or should we just go straight to Ultima at this point?
Dix, remind me whereabouts on the map remember whereabouts on the map we were told that the impatient would be.
The impatient are over here at Anviku. 0303.
Okay.
Patient's right behind me, and it's a cat.
Okay. No, because I'm just thinking like I did want to go and poke that plot point, but I suppose it's like not that much out of the way to go to Ultima. I don't know, thoughts.
You have become unmuted, Nox.
Yep, I am unmuted.
Okay.
Mhm.
Didn't know if that was intentional or not.
Yeah, it was. I was muting on and off for a little while.
Okay. Well, whether you decide to stop at Anviku or not, March is on the way.
The question is, do we want to stop for salvage before we go to March?
Gotcha.
I think it's salvage on the way to March is fair, but are we in any particular rush?
I guess here's a question. For the sake of like going somewhere new rather than just going back to Miran, do we know of any significant salvage opportunities between here and March that's not Miran? That's kind of the big one on that route, isn't it?
Between here and March, yeah,
Like
it is the big one.
But if we could find something more narratively interesting.
There is the ongoing operations on Inazi, where the refugees of Rainalati have been being brought up because Union is scrapping and salvaging all the stuff there.
We could do a smash and grab on Union.
Could do a smash and grab on Union. You could try going down to the planet and seeing if there's anything that you want to salvage at the planet.
That is the thing we could do, huh?
I mean, that would still be kind of like indirectly smashing or grabbing on Union. So.
It is, yeah, actually, yeah, because Union is now reclaiming ownership of this planet and claiming that it never was not theirs, of course.
Oh, so they're doing the Crimea thing. Gotcha.
No.
I was going to say we jumped Azzy anyways. And then we could possibly jump straight from there to Muiran.
Yeah, we had.
Kind of wanting to push that button.
Well, we have the rudder for going to Azzy, right? So I guess. Yeah.
I could probably put lines on here.
Oh yeah, probably could actually.
It's not going to be as clean as it is. Let's see.
Yeah.
Make it a thin line. Oh, actually, that is pretty clean. And I can make it curved. So that's nice. There you go.
Yeah, that's not bad. Yeah.
And I can change the color of those if there's a color you think would be more helpful or more visible.
Works for me.
Have we been to Sos?
I think that color's all right.
Yeah, I think we did pass through, but we didn't stop because we only had like a drive-to at the time.
Yeah.
So we would have had to have passed through the first time. by.
I remember there were wasn't that the one where there were jokes about stopping at that planet forever?
Yes.
No, I thought that was
we
the jokes about-
we
oh,
definitely
that-
we definitely went through that.
yeah. Well, I think no, that one
we
was
deliberately didn't stop.
the last the last cycle got stuck there quite a while.
Yeah, and that came up when we were going through there the first time here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it
that was
We
definitely
decided
mentioned.
not to stop.
It
Just a silly
warded
choice.
this cycle off of Sos.
That's one of my characters for the last cycle was hired though.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, I think that's where Charlie was hired too.
Indeed.
Yeah, so you've got salvage opportunities on Rain Lolati and on Henry Station with Union's stores. You've always got the ever-present opportunity in the graveyard.
For the sake of mixing things up, I'm definitely for Brown the Lottie if anyone else is.
Yeah.
And
I will-
I think I'd be kind of fine with kicking up a bit of a fuss in this corner, and then we just I mean, we're already pretty fast at the drive 3 especially with Kana, so we can kick up a fuss and get the heck out of there pretty quick.
Could work, yeah. Just remember that we do have someone who was from Rinlati. Not sure if it was confirmed a Rinlati refugee, not sure if that was confirmed, but someone from there in the team. And yeah, don't freak out too much.
Yeah, in fact, actually, I mean, see if
In
there's
fact,
anywhere they could see
in fact,
if they
maybe-
can give us any pointers.
Yeah, I think maybe
Or,
the thing
yeah,
you can ask about is,
Or I
hey,
guess
are
see
you
if this
okay
will
for this
be
step over here?
insensitive. Yeah. Also see if this is an insensitive action, right?
Yeah.
I mean, on the one hand, like sure. On the other hand, like everyone has trauma somewhere, right? We have to jump someplace.
Look, we may be terrorists, but we're not problematic terrorists.
Oh wow.
No, I'm pretty sure we're the most problematic terrorists in the system right now.
So to put
Let's just do
some
this
kind of indistinct hazy values on things, you already pretty much know what you can expect in the graveyard. It's a shifting scale of good, and good, depending on what you want to try and find. A Henry Station smash and grab is going to be less pre-tech, but have much higher spare parts concentration potential. And from what you know of Rain Lolati, there was definitely some pre-tech from before events that turned it into an icy hellhole that allowed what were effectively normal buildings at the time, just built to withstand normal weather, to survive the sudden freeze. So there's got to be some pre-tech at play there.
Yeah.
Oh.
Pre-tech's fun and all, but we really do just need a crap ton of spare parts right now.
Yeah. Honestly, that's kind of how I'm
Sounds
feeling.
like a smash and grab.
I guess
Well-
the downside of smash and grab is if we don't get as many parts as we might want, I don't think stopping in Miran for some more is the greatest place to stop.
Yeah, so what you're saying is that we do long-term salvage operations that don't step on anyone's toes before we do crime. Got it.
Yeah, but then we'd have to backtrack. So I guess if we could do Run the Lottie as a slow operation, and then just do the smash and grab as we're getting out of there.
Yeah,
And just
exactly.
gather information for the smash and grab while we do some poking around on the planet.
Always a fun time.
Could work. Could definitely work.
You know, we can have our cake and eat it too, right, Dex? That's how that works.
Absolutely.
You heard it here, folks. Guaranteed.
You can always
Go
get
on,
two
we're trying to get
cakes.
both.
Yeah. I think that's what's missing from that old adage is, why don't I just buy 2 cakes?
One for having and one for eating.
Exactly.
Exactly.
All right, well, let's at least get the party started and move the ship to Rain Lolati. You guys take a trip out to the edge of the system because you're. Did you end up repairing the emergency drill activation?
I think so. I think it was
Okay.
just it was just the whatchamacallits, right? The spree tech.
Let's see.
It's yeah, it's repaired on the Jeep.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I see that. Did I forget to what? Did you guys repair any more guns?
No.
Okay, okay. So I
I
haven't
think
forgotten
we've
to
got.
mark
I
them.
think we've got one. Yeah, we've got one tooth.
Right.
Oh, that's right. Because we were talking about. Oh, yeah, we didn't want to go to UIS space until we had multiple
Yeah.
teeth because we were asked to have fangs.
Yes. And then
Yeah.
I think
We
there was
still only
also a
have-
thing about going to drive 6 as well.
Yeah.
Where
Yeah,
I
there's
think
a lot
it
of
was said
there's a
something
lot of
like,
competing.
if we go to 6, well, but if we go to 6, that's the point that people are going to start properly recognizing us as the Raza. We won't really be able to hide as much, right?
Right.
So we
Yeah,
probably want to have weapons ready at that point. Weapons
Mhm.
plural.
Things.
Indeed, indeed. Yeah. So like, as much as I want to get Yes to drive 6 and Infodrive, I think weapons have to take priority.
Well, either way, we still need a crap ton of spare parts for weapons too. So
Oh yeah, we definitely still need the parts, but I think they need to take priority.
yeah. No,
Yeah,
that's
driver.
fair. But yeah, we might as well use this opportunity to get some spare parts.
Yeah.
And before I count the days, are you going? You should just let a couple people have shore leave on Mona. Are you going to let them have the same 2 days that everyone else had?
Are we
Seems fair.
fair?
We
Hmm.
might be terrorists, but I think we are fair.
To be fair.
It would have you in Mona orbit for, well, not Mona orbit, on Mona for 2 more days to the 12th.
That's probably fine, right? I mean, we don't have any clock ticking, right?
We haven't started a clock ticking on us, no.
Yeah, we haven't started any. Someone else
Mm.
might have started some for us, but we haven't started any.
All right. So then I'll mark it that on the 12th you head to the edge of the system, and let's see. You're jumping to a Z. That's a 2 hex drill, and you know it, so there's no roll. Let's see. That takes 12 days divided by 4, so 3 days divided by Kana, so a day and a half. Right? Am I doing the math
Rushing
right?
it.
Like rushing it, or normal rushing it?
No, regular rushing.
Okay.
You said 12th. Is that May, or if I missed a month somewhere?
No, you're correct.
Cool. Just I'll resync my notes because I don't have a date for about 5 sessions.
Oh.
Well, no. I say the thing is that I say 5. The last time I actually have a date in my notes that isn't the date of some other event that didn't happen in the session is session 36.
Oh, that's some time ago.
So actually, it's more like 9 sessions ago.
Yeah, it's been a bit.
Yeah, but that
It
date
has
is the
been-
28th of April, so it's not been that long.
I know that. I know that there's an upgrade that lets us kind of farm fuel, and I know that there's an upgrade that lets us hold more fuel. Is there an upgrade that lets us avoid using fuel in the first place?
Yes, there's an eternal reactor.
That's pretty tech though.
Yeah, it's a very
It is
expensive
pre-tech.
pre-tech. Yeah.
And the scaling is probably something like 6. It's probably like 2 pre-tech per whole class, so it's like probably like 6 pre-tech.
It is.
Okay.
Go ahead. Maybe we should get rich on Rain the Lottie.
Maybe
But
we
we do
just
almost have enough
for
we do actually almost have enough, and we actually already have extra amps, which I would imagine that would probably be an amp component heavy mod.
Yeah.
Needing 6 amps would be one hell of a upgrade.
Well, we've already got like 4 amps.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we don't want to spend those 4 amps on one thing.
Don't we?
There would probably need to be a bit of a mixture, including some materials conversion and or materials and conversion.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I wasn't saying it'll be all of one thing. I was just saying it'll be more of that than
Yeah.
anything else.
If it's 6, it might be like 3 of them are amps or something.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
almost
the-
certainly
the-
3
the-
amps.
The Magic the Gathering. Hey, this costs 6 blue. Like, what costs 6 blue?
One of the devotion tournament thing.
No, not devotion. I'm talking about like hard casting 6 blue mana required.
Yeah, I know. That's the type of
Anyways, getting away from the game stuff.
You activated his nerd card.
You triggered my trap card.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
They do exist, but they're not common. Anyways.
Wait a second. Are the components just based off of magic cards colors?
That would be funny, but if they are, that it was not intentional. I'll absolutely take credit for being a genius if it works out perfectly, though.
Oh, of course.
All right. So then the drill to Z takes 1.2 days. That is a 12-day drill. Is Doug getting any work done?
Well, I need to actually figure out what mod I'm working on right now. Can
I could just imagine Doug like settling in. Nice long spike drill. I'll have some time to work on things, and then.
Well, I mean, I had the 2 extra days from the staying on planet, right? So at least there's that.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Do I need to just remind me the Hull and Av display for Kana? Does that actually need mod crafting time?
No, I believe you've. Oh, hang on. Let me double
It's
check.
the one on your list, yeah.
I think it was slated to be finished before we get to March.
I didn't state it, but I do think that this technically would be mod and mod crafting time. So just
Okay,
dedicate a little bit more time to it.
Yeah, that'll be the 1 week in-game time.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Right.
It would definitely be higher than a fix 1 mod, but I think that there's already been enough time working on and around it that I'm fine with just the 1 week in-game time.
Okay, so I'll just start the clock now, if that's all right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, what I think
I don't
my
have
intent
money.
there
I don't really
was.
have money for my own mods, so if anyone has any mods that they are waiting for or willing to pay for.
I think what my intent there was that I very specifically labeled it cost to build. Previously, when I would do this, the intent was that checking those boxes meant that you could then build it and spend the time doing that. And so I mixed myself up, but I did put cost to build. I'm not going to go back on that.
Yeah, if you want to, if you want to increase the time, it's fine. I just need something to start putting time towards. That's all. That's my only concern right now.
Yeah, I'm not going to go back on that. You can go ahead and spend consider that 1 week in-game time as mod time.
But, yeah, so effectively after the spike drill, 3 days worth.
I will say we have finished. We did pay for it already. Remember that being a thing we talked about 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, we took it out. Yeah, I think we. No one objected to taking it out of the ship funds because it is for the ship.
Yeah, it really is. It's a safety measure, by and large.
Mostly buy.
Mostly buy. Uh, 909. All right, you drill into Ozzy from Andois, and there is a very light Union like checkpoint greeting you there, but they recognize the Rattling Zabra as a ship that has come through and was not marked before, despite everything you did on Henry Station. And they basically let you go with a state your business and notice that you may be inspected upon docking at Henry Station, unless it's just for fueling. The may be inspected is just basically standard language, like there you might have been inspected just coming into the system. The fairly standard practice. So it wasn't in a threatening tone or anything, it was more bored. And from there, are you flying straight to Rain Lilati, or do you want to go to Henry Station to fuel up? What do you want to do?
I feel like before we go to Rain, like, I don't have any preference on what we do regarding fueling up or whatever, but I do have a very strong preference for us checking with Kishan before we go to Rain Lalati.
Okay. I'm going to take you over to the ship sheet then. Yeah. Not fast enough. And you want to have a conversation with Shishin. Who all wants to be there? Let's put you in Percy's worry box.
Oh, no, not the worry box.
Like, my job is to shoot things. Is my second job to worry about things? Is that really where we are now?
Yes.
Oh
so.
God. Yeah. In combat, I am the chief shooter. Out of combat, I am the chief warrior.
Now to draw from one string to the next, it is Percy that is worrying about Shishin.
True. Like, I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying, God damn it, this is what it's come to.
Where's HR when you need them?
Muted.
Yeah.
Right.
Probably getting therapy. That said, wasn't it your idea to go to Rain Lalati? Doug? Wasn't it your idea to go to Rain Lalati?
Oh gosh, was that in character? Probably.
Cool. You're coming with me.
Trying to get me in your worry box. I get it. I get it.
Elise was HR.
Oh, no.
Whether she wants it or not.
World's best worst HR officer ever.
Does the world's
Does
best
anyone know
worst?
HR to cause the issues? I don't think so.
Does that mean you're the best out of the worst, or does it mean you're the best at being the worst?
I'm the best at being the worst.
Coincidentally, that also makes her the worst at being the best.
Okay.
So does the worst best HR person want to also engage in this conversation?
I'll moderate as any good HR officer would.
Oh, okay. I'll just move you right over there then.
Y'all watched Mythic Quest? The HR there?
No.
Oh, okay. Everyone just keeps going to her, the HR, as therapy.
Ah, got you.
She has to
Yeah.
keep telling us, like, I'm not a therapist.
Mythic
Yeah, no,
Quest.
HR needs therapy. Don't get it mixed up.
Alright, well, Chishin, comes to the meeting? Is that what you... How do you build this?
Not sure. I don't think I would call it a meeting. More like I would try to engineer it as a hey, quick question kind of thing.
Okay.
And also it occurs to me that like she's the backup engineer. There is absolutely no reason why Doug wouldn't be there. You're not finagling your way out of this one.
Wasn't even trying to. Personally, I'm offended that you think I was.
I mean, I do remember what's the effect of. Oh shoot! Did I suggest that was that in character? Yeah, I suppose so.
Alright, well, Chishin, comes in, looks around at the, array of faces. What is this?
Yushan, this is an intervention?
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
No, we just had a question for you.
Am I working too hard again, Doug?
No, you're doing great.
Hmm.
This is more awkward conversation. Well, I don't know. Is this awkward conversation? Is this awkward?
She says something in her in Rain. You guys now know the language is Rain.
No, about that.
It sounded like
Very
she was
tight.
cursing you out, and then she says something again, which also sounds like she's cursing you out. About what?
Well,
No.
so I had this
Go ahead.
idea. We were going to do some salvage on Rain the Lottie.
Oh.
We wanted, I guess Percy thought we should get your opinion.
Yeah, basically we just want to check, do you have any objections to us going back there? If you do, no biggie, we can go somewhere else. It's a big
And if
sector.
you don't, you got any pointers on where we can go?
Not now.
How do you feel about dead people?
Unfortunate reality of the line of business.
We ain't much different than Moran.
It wasn't business.
I mean, like,
Just
no, I mean, like,
failing
like one.
and slowly freezing.
That is.
Is that
Definitely, yeah.
significantly different than what we saw in the Moran ships?
Nobody made choices in the Muron ships. Most of the towers on Rain Lilati, someone had to decide when it was time to cut off the lower levels.
God.
I guess most of the people in the Moran situation were in stasis, huh?
Have you ever
No.
seen families huddled together knowing it's their last embrace?
That is pretty dark. But, I mean, parts are parts. Is that insensitive? Like, you know,
It's good salvage. Good salvage and good tech that can be found.
right,
Better
Percy?
you use it than Eugen. And then she cusses in Rain again. Remind me, was Elise learning Rain?
I don't think she was specifically learning Rain,
Okay.
but she does have the folk guide that lets her pick up languages very easily.
Yeah, I think you had used that as some, or maybe we used it for you. You may have been gone, as kind of helping to identify the some of the slaves that you had freed. recognizing where they were from.
I see. Technically speaking, diplomat says I know all common languages.
Yeah, this isn't common.
Yeah, I didn't think so. But if that helps in any way for the fiction, let's do it.
She can be learning it in her off time or by like exposure to it, because Chishin cusses people and things out a lot.
It makes one wonder.
It's kind of cussing of like somebody drops a wrench and it startles you, and then somebody else in the room says, "You stupid motherfucker." You know?
Yeah.
Wait, to the person who just dropped the wrench?
Yes. Or if a wrench happens to fall off just because of ship vibrations, maybe to the wrench. Or replace stupid with clumsy, you know, just kind of a reflexive expulsion of oh, what's the word for it? That anger that has nowhere to go. You can't actually blame it on anyone.
Impotent anger? No.
Impotent anger, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what most of her conversation in Rain is, because she doesn't have anybody else to talk to in Rain. And Elise may have started to pick up on you know, when certain adjectives between stupid, clumsy, moronic, and all that
I mean,
are used.
sounds like not really healthy, but
Okay.
Like there are worse coping mechanisms.
true.
But yeah, she does describe that you know, there's good salvage to be taken from the towers that lasted the longest.
Have moral objections.
As long as the people inside them are already dead, she doesn't have any moral objections, or she states she doesn't.
I don't want to paint Doug as insensitive, but
She seems to be. Why don't you roll me a wisdom notice skill check?
All of us, or
Yeah,
presumably
I think all of you
yeah.
can roll.
everyone in the room.
Yeah, everyone in the room, yeah.
Yeah, that's just like sitting in a space in the middle of the ship, just suddenly looks up like, huh, interesting.
Sorry, notice wisdom, right?
Yeah.
Sorry for the delay.
No worries. All right. I think all of you can kind of tell that there's a little bit of like she says this with some bitterness, with some anger directed towards Union, and she slips in a rain curse that seems also directed at Union, when she expresses that it really is better for anyone to get those materials than Union. They don't deserve it, basically. The two of you that got 10 and higher, there's something else that her normal cadence. She's usually pretty quick talker. She doesn't process what she says much before she says it. There was a hitch up there where she did make some kind of mental decision on what to say, what to tell you.
I feel like I know what it is, but I don't want to say it.
Say it later, which is not here.
I think that shocker, right? She's not actually okay with it. I do wonder if like saying that like, hey, if we find like dead bodies, maybe we can go give them a burial or something, right? Like we can collect them.
Yeah, there's yeah. Will can this become a side quest for
Yeah, it's like, hey,
Make
you know, if we find anything, right, we'll take some care to make sure that they're put to rest.
And to be fair, also we're the only reason we were talking about salvaging there. Like I'm willing to sacrifice the salvage on Raina Lottie if there's something that she would like actually prefer us to do. Because really all that is just we're biding our time, or at least the intention is that we're basically just biding our time until we can plan out the smash and grab against Henry Station, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
I think so.
Like like I said, we were talking about have our cake and eat it too, but we don't necessarily need that cake.
Yeah. One is a frozen cake and one is a Union cake. That doesn't really work too well.
Yeah. So what you're saying is that whatever is a cake with frosting.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so is that on offer? Oh, dang it, Knox is absolutely right. Rain and Lottie is a ice cream cake.
Yeah, it works.
So is that on offer? Is somebody voicing that, hey, we'll put the dead to rest?
Elise can do it because Elise has no filter.
Yeah.
Roll me a charisma talk check. Or charisma connect if you feel like Elise is no filter but still trying to connect.
I prefer talk, so I'm gonna do talk.
Okay. That catches the hitch that held Chishen's tongue, and she looks at you with a little bit of renewed, almost excitement, but also hesitation and concern. And she tells you that if you're willing to spend that time to put the dead of an entire tower, now these are skyscrapers, I have to tell you, to rest, then she will take you to the tower she was at, and that she managed.
I mean, I don't know that we're necessarily going to put all of the dead to rest, but we will make that our priority.
At least some would be nice, I'm sure.
Yes. We don't want to promise the moon.
Yeah.
Well, Doug's not going to promise the moon on that, but he is perfectly willing. He is perfectly willing to sacrifice some of the potential salvage for the sake of the crew. Especially since Shishin has been a very hard worker, I assume.
She has, yeah.
Wait, so you're telling me that we're going to fill up some of the ship storage with bodies instead of salvage?
We haven't really crossed that road yet.
Fair.
We haven't decided what we're doing with them.
Fair.
Mm.
I'm not really sure what laying them to rest really entails in this scenario.
Lava gauntlet? And it the benefit of including Chishin in this is that she does know the tower that she was in, and so the hall will be better
if we work harder.
Yeah, yeah. I don't remember that Nox at all. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying I don't remember spicy talkies.
That was
Yeah,
wasn't there
it's
something
not-
like that in the last cycle?
I was gonna say that doesn't sound super familiar to me either.
But we are a little bit after 1 o'clock. Oh, you might be thinking of Libra's fists.
Oh yeah, no, that's that's Libra. That should have
That's
happened.
Libra.
Oh, okay. Huh.
Nope.
Well, let's ponder that over the break. Go ahead and come back in about 15.
Gauntlet that made something hot. That's a
Wait.
release used.
Just deciding whether you're fueling up first or going straight to rain the Lottie. I think you already decided that you wanted to fuel up first.
Yeah, I'd say we fuel up first.
Feeling that makes no sense.
Okay.
Yeah, I think our default should be we arrive somewhere, we fuel up, ready to leave, and then
Okay.
if we do cause trouble, we are ready to leave.
Yes. That's a reasonable procedure.
Gonna make a quick test roll.
Okay.
I can't even see it.
Oh, it's a 15.
There we go. Nice. Good to keep it in mind.
All right. Well, if you're only fueling up at the fuel station, then you don't have to do anything else. You don't have to worry about anything. Nobody comes to greet you. You get your fuel, you stay on your ship, and you leave. If anybody wants to get off the ship and explore the Henry Station at all, then we do have to play that out a little bit.
Do we want to? The last time we were here, we did a whole a fight thing and freed some slaves.
That was a different station.
That was a different station. Okay, never mind then.
That wasn't gun, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah, that was in the station that got taken over by Colin Wayne. Colin Wayne would never try to take over.
Get over here?
Oh, what's that?
Would news of that get over here?
Oh yeah. It certainly would.
What was the aftermath of that?
Dex only just got finished doing content. I'm in time.
Not actually true, but I don't mind if you believe it.
Okay, I'm believing it.
See, you hear that? Dex agrees with me. Perfect.
So what was the aftermath of your of what happened on Gorman 1760? Well, there's nothing in the news cycle about it. There are warnings, galactic mandate warnings, about slavery and human trafficking in the area, and like pointers what to look out for, and travel in packs and all that stuff. Standard things that you would see as an advisory when there's a certain type of illegal activity happening. But your specific incident? No.
Okay.
Now that's just what came over to your ship in the news packet. Do you want to connect to Henry Station and inquire with their local net?
Is that a thing that we would like to do, gang?
I mean, it's probably fine. We're not like villains. We're not villains or heroes seeking glory, are we?
Probably not. Besides, if we do the same thing after each time, then it's got to start to sink in, Like, this could have been a one-off instant.
Yeah. I just want to make sure that our little message left on the ship has been spread around. But if it hasn't, then it hasn't.
It hasn't gotten to the news, but there'll certainly be a lot more in various boards and messages and other things that exist on the internet that don't just automatically get sent to your ship.
Presumably in the slave ring or slaver rings, perhaps.
Sorry, the Roz isn't, or the Radley Zobra is not subscribed to the human trafficking mailing list.
Can we subscribe to the human trafficking manuals?
Just so that we can find other human traffickers and hunt them down. Promise. Look, everyone that we kidnapped is by now on board with it having happened. Right?
If such a thing existed, you already have all the data that it would hold. Well, ish.
What you're saying is we can start it.
Probably could, actually, yes.
I think that's entrapment. Anyways, I don't know. Are we going on an anti-slave crusade, or?
It's a thing we do once in a while when we feel like it. It's a classic Raza adventure.
Yeah, I think it's like we agreed like if we ever come across it, we do something, but we're not gonna go out and look for it.
Are private citizens / vigilantes allowed to set up honeypot maneuvers?
I don't think there's anyone that's gonna sell us now.
I'm not gonna stop you.
See, the DM's not gonna tell us now.
Yeah, no. There's certainly a direction the campaign can go. It is a direction.
Yeah.
Alright, so let's get back to the question. Do you want to connect and get more information than what gets blasted back out to you?
No, it's not worth it.
Okay.
Alright. Well then, you can make your way to Rain the Lottie. The trip to Henry Station was a day. So hang on. Assuming you're trimming the course, it's 12 hours. You do actually have to roll to trim the course interstellar. Do you want to take that risk? It's a very, 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 very small risk, but you have to hit a difficulty 9, or it takes you twice as long.
Oh.
Twice as long?
Yep.
Is that even acceptable?
Normal travel is 48 hours divided by your spike drive level. So 16 hours for you. If you trim the course, it divides it by 4, so 12 hours. But if you fail that check, it would then take 32 hours.
Wait, trim the course for
in-system travel?
Mm-hmm.
In-system travel. Can I make in-system travel checks?
You can. It's just a difficulty 9.
Can you even fail that?
Yes.
Do you not get the +4 with the in-system stuff? Is that only for jumps?
That's only for jumps.
I think I only get the +4 when I jump. Right. So I'm only operating at +4.
Yeah, it's still probably you'd still probably make it, but yeah, it's not as guaranteed as it would be for the same difficulty with a drill.
Can Shadow assist?
Shadow.
I just broke my character sheet.
Would Kana accept assistance? Is the question.
On an intra-system travel run, absolutely.
Just,
intra-system travel is boring.
Shadow can assist. Shadow, if it's too boring, Shadow can be making the check herself. She does have +5.
Shadow's better at this check than I am.
Yeah, it sounds like you're good at spike drills, and Shadow's good at maneuvering any other time.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, I'd be, let Shadow make it.
Okay. Does Kana want to assist?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. What skill does Kana want to use? It cannot be pilot.
It cannot be pilot. Oh, that's hard. If I was worried about my ability to make that check with pilot, I absolutely cannot make it with literally anything else. Kana will not assist.
Okay. Does anybody want to try and assist?
I think Percy's probably a little bit scared to be around the pilots, like to be around the kind of pilot.
I mean, there's the whole classic, engineer assisting.
Okay.
Though Doug's probably questioning the, reasons for this. So I guess the question is Doug cajoled into helping out with this?
So on the trip to Henry Station, no. However, if Shadow is also piloting the trip to from Henry Station to Rain the Lottie, then yes, because you know that there are Union ships there, and Shadow will be trying to avoid them, and will want some assistance, some engineering assist with emissions control. Or, basically the same electronic emissions control assist from comms. Sorry, what were you going to say, Vero?
I was going to say that if Kana's like passing off the pilot to someone else and not able to help, would she ask engineering to help instead?
I think it was already said that Shadow would have asked for the help, but Yokin can definitely pass along a message.
Shadow's only going to ask for the help on the trip from Henry Station to Rain the Lottie, though.
Yeah, that's fine.
No one else is concerned about cutting down the time.
You laugh now. One day time will be of the essence.
You don't know that.
And on that day, I'm going to make the slowest jump possible to spite
you. I know you're bluffing. You would never make the slowest possible jump.
All right, Nox, are you in a situation where you can roll for Shadow, or do you want somebody else to roll for that?
Somebody else, please. I don't even know where Shadow's character sheet is held.
All right, somebody other than Doug or Das, because they are probably going to be assisting on the second check. So I guess that leaves you, Viral, or Jackal. You've been so quiet, Jackal.
I was looking for where the sheet was myself.
Oh, fantastic! Then Jackal, get yourself in there and make a roll for Shadow.
Where's Shadow's page actually?
Do we have a sheet?
Oh, where is her sheet?
She's so good at hiding. I'm not surprised you can't find it.
I'm looking at the list. And I'm like, okay, I see all the characters except for I think Shadow and her sister.
Yeah, instead of trying to find it, go ahead and just type it out. I'll make it more visible later on.
What's the modifier?
+5. Okay. Oh yeah, she trims the course getting to Henry Station, so I'll still consider it the 13th when you arrive at Henry Station. Refueling does not take very long, and then so she is going to want to activate the emissions dampers, which halves your transit speed.
But she's trimming the course, so it evens out, right?
Kind of. Trimming the course just adds +1 to the drive level.
Myokin is not in control of this check, so Myokin doesn't get a say in the matter.
Now, Shadow is presenting this as she wants to avoid the Union ships. You guys don't have to agree to that. You can just be like, no, we're just going to go to the planet and ignore them.
I think we're pretty good with avoiding them, right?
Okay.
Yeah, that seems reasonable.
If we can.
All right. Then I'm going to need, before Shadow rolls her course trimming check, either Doug or Das unless one of them doesn't want to be involved, to roll their station for the further, basically to aid her trim course. The other one of you is going to be rolling a similar check to aid her hide check, so that she can hide from all the ships. Or actually,
I imagine Das is going to be the better of the two. So
I take that back. I was putting Shadow too front and center. It would actually be Das rolling the primary on the hide check. That won't be Shadow. Shadow can assist Das.
Well, Shadow has the has a feature regarding that, right?
Shadow's feature. Yeah, let me find her.
I don't remember. It may not actually be. I don't remember if it's relevant or not for this, but
She has a thing. I don't know whether it's relevant here. But...
Yeah. I keep forgetting to make her. Right? Oh, that's embarrassing.
Let me actually put that in the character notes.
Okay, while Shadow is piloting, she and the ship's crew reroll ones on any skill check dice relating to hiding or detection. So that will be Das's roll to hide. You'll get to reroll ones.
Okay. Yeah. Nice.
I think this would also cover any assists to the hide roll.
Yeah. Cool.
So yeah, she doesn't have to be making the check. She just has to be piloting when the check is made.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So with that in mind, let's.
So by, I'm suspecting I know what the answer is, but by the wording of that, if Shadow's piloting and Das and Koana are playing hide and seek in the cargo bays, do we get a bonus?
I would guess that's a no because she's not hiding from the inside of the ship.
Well, yeah, but like by the wording of what's written on the planning, the post in planning.
Yes, fine, but only once.
Only once. Cool. So, what was the organization of stuff? Shadow was going to assist.
So the organization and stuff is first the trimming check. Doug, go ahead and roll engineering fix, intelligence fix, and then Jackal, go ahead and give me another roll for Shadow with +5 after that.
You got it.
Make that a +6.
You can do the math.
I can do the math. Yep. She trims that just fine. All right, I'm going to change the Subnautica music as you arrive at Rain the Lottie.
Aww.
I don't know, this might still be Subnautica music.
Well, it wasn't.
Yeah,
it
no.
was just very, very reminiscent of it. I did look, and it was, yeah.
Yeah,
it's
no,
completely
it's
separate. It's just very reminiscent.
Yeah,
It's
no,
got a
this
lot of the same bits of it.
absolutely it has the same atmosphere. And honestly, I think I had this in Subnautica as well.
yeah, it doesn't surprise me. It's very cold feeling, ambient music, so
Yeah, this is. I would expect the more cold feeling ambient to be a below zero thing, which I haven't played, but it's entirely possible that it fits the ambience of some of the tracks on that.
all right, and so now it's going to be somebody assisting Das. You can just have Shadow roll another D5, 2d6 +5 for that if you want, Jackal. And then Das, roll int program, not hacking, to hide.
So
we gotta get all the modifiers
check,
out.
Correct?
I'm sorry, what was that, Jekyll?
One more pilot check, correct?
Yeah, one more pilot check. Alright, an 11. Okay.
If 11 isn't good enough, I can force a reroll for Shadow.
It's a little bit awkward because this is a contested roll, so I don't actually know if that's good enough yet.
Huh.
Fair enough.
Wait, hang on, but isn't that an assist? How does assist even work on a contested?
Well, so an assist is just trying to reach the same difficulty as the primary roll. I would
Right.
consider all the same factors to affect it.
Hmm. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Contested rolls are weird. Okay. No, I'll give you this and we'll see.
All right. You know what? That was a really good way of doing it. Now I have a basis for Shadow's roll. Did either of you roll ones? You did. Go ahead and re-roll that one.
Oh,
Jack.
we did. We both did.
Oh, okay.
'Cause
Both of you re-rolled.
one of my threes was a 1. So
Okay.
I'd have to roll more than a 3 for it to improve the actual result, and I do. Okay. So that would
Okay.
make it a
Double
5 and a
sixes.
6 effective.
Oh my-
5 and a 6 effective. Oh yes.
What?
Right. So
Ooh.
what does that make? Shadow's assist is a
I'm just gonna give you the +1 to that.
17.
17.
17 for
16,
Shadow.
isn't it? Because it's not a +6. It replaces the 1.
Five
be
plus
plus-
6 is 11 plus 5. Oh yeah, 16. Sorry.
16.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Das's would actually be the same. We're both at +5 with a 5 and a 6. So yeah, 16 to assist and 16 on Das's check.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and give you the +1 from the assists. So Das gets a 17.
Yeah, they're not finding us, are they? They're really not finding us. Not with the mission stampers.
If they
Because
find it,
that 17 turns into a 19 with the mission stampers. Can they even roll that high?
Do we even exist anymore?
Well,
at this point, if they find us, then they deserve to.
this is
Yes.
also modified by your ship being a cruiser, which is a +1.
Yeah.
So
Right, yeah.
Hmm.
they have to roll an 18 and see. Yep. And they cannot do that.
Yep.
They're even with a major station. Well, actually, hang on. They technically can. If they
Yeah.
roll a 12 on the dice.
Yeah.
That'll never happen.
Show us the public 12.
Honestly, at this point, I'm expecting it.
Oh man,
Nope.
it was so close.
They didn't even get 12 with the modifier. They get 12 on the dice.
Yeah, that certainly was an attempt.
Yes. There was definitely an attempt.
All right. Well, between the engines being tuned better to match the frequencies and modulations of metaspace static, DAS further coordinating that with the incoming signals from other ships that are at Rain Lelati and basically everything else that's going on, Shadow is a fucking shadow in the void of the night sky
Yeah.
with a cruiser ship.
Yeah, we're just an invisible cruiser. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we might as well be invisible.
Wait, we're not?
Legally speaking.
Yeah.
We're not.
Yeah.
And
We might as well be. but-
Actively speaking.
And so, with that overwhelming success, I'm not going to be rolling anymore for them to find you or detect you on the planet, even though they're going in and out. Once you get to the planet, even though they're going in and out, unless you do anything that I explicitly warn you will give them a detection roll.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Like we've got here so stealthily they don't even know to look for us.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly.
All right. So, uh, one of the challenges that you're going to be facing right off the bat. Well, the second challenge was, first challenge was getting here without Union saying, "Hey, wait, you can't do that. This is ours." Uh, the second challenge is as described by Chi Shin in observational only. She doesn't know exactly what this is, but she heard some of the Union people talking about it. That the weather on Rain Lilati is very dangerous. To her, it was life-saving. It was lightning strikes that hit lightning rods at the top of towers that provided power for them to crack ice and generate, stable current, electricity, create water and all, and heat and all that. But to ships entering the atmosphere, it is it is damage and a crisis, apparently. A ship entering or leaving the atmosphere takes damage and suffers a ship crisis. She doesn't, lay it out in such explicit mechanical terms. She just says that she describes several things that the lightning crashes had caused for Union to have to deal with. It sounds like being hit by a hefty weapon. Further, she describes that the atmosphere is very explosive, and what was it? I can't remember uh, oh, what element I said flooded the atmosphere, and I'm not going to spend time searching for it. But you'll have to be very careful about any oxygen exposure in the atmosphere, as it will cause a localized explosion of the oxygen. I think it's just practically pure oxygen atmosphere. That's why it's explosive. I don't know. I can look it up later.
I would track.
It's a calcium atmosphere. If it touches oxygen or literally anything else, it explodes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Somebody made a planet out of explodium.
Oh, hydrogen.
Oh yeah, explodium.
Oh,
Yeah.
God. Yeah, that's what he said, yeah.
Basically,
Okay, so breaking ground has become impossible.
So, you've got some partial information about the weather effect here. Do you want to try and do anything to prepare for it, or are you just going to surge down through it and see what happens? Oh, and to give you a little bit more like visual on it, it's basically massive, massive cracks of highly charged lightning.
Ooh.
And based on what you're seeing in the atmosphere there, there's no way any normal lightning rods are surviving that contact. The lightning rods themselves have got to be pre-tech.
Hmm. That means we have pre-tech lightning rods.
You definitely have. There's definitely pre-tech down there for you.
No, I mean, do we have pre-tech lightning rods to protect us from the massive lightning?
If you want to protect the ship from this environmental danger, you
is there anything
possibly could.
There's not currently built into the ship.
No, not
Okay,
currently in the ship.
Okay.
I guess the
that makes
question is,
that begs the question,
seems
how do
like
we
there's
protect-
something that I could cobble together on relatively short notice. I feel like they probably not really on such short notice.
I would be willing to give you the what is it?
And
2 days. That it's been since Chi-Shin knew that you were coming here. She could certainly have given you more detail, before immediately arriving.
Yeah, like I don't know, like just like I don't know, like if there's definitely pre-tech there, it might like I'm wondering if like like we just basically burn a pre-tech component to create a slapdash solution to get through this, right? Does that make sense? Is that something you would allow, Dex?
It is, yeah.
Okay.
If you are willing to basically say that this pre-tech, we're just going to expend it and don't have any expectation of being able to recover it, then I think that that's something Doug could put something together within a couple days.
Yeah, I mean, 'cause I don't think anything short of pre-tech is going to be feasible, but also that's on really short notice, so I don't think it would make sense for me to be able to like use pre-tech in a recoverable manner to solve this puzzle. So
Right. It would take a couple weeks for that, at least.
I think there's precedent for exactly this scenario, so yeah.
Nice.
Okay. So Doug's been working on that the last couple of days of drill and travel and fueling. Let's go ahead and get a fix roll from him and see how he did. Do you want anybody helping you?
Chi-Shin, obviously.
Okay. Yeah, she's actually.
What level is she? It's like
you don't have to roll for her. She gives you a +1. She's fairly familiar with the lightning rod, and let's slip a couple times that she was actually in control of the top tower or the top floor of her tower for a time.
Neat.
She's not willing to go into any more detail about that. And I don't know if you remember,
That's
but
fine.
Doug may remember the inference that it was the people in charge who decided when people died.
Oh yeah, no, I definitely remember that. That was just a session.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And I suppose Chi-Shin was the one that had to pull that lever.
She neither confirms nor denies.
Yeah, no, I'll keep that to myself, but that is me putting 2 and 2 together there.
Yeah.
Whether it's right or not, who knows? But that would make sense based off of the reluctance to talk about it.
But yeah, her expertise and intimate knowledge with the technology that is used on the planet gives you a +1 with no roll required from her.
Nice. Alright, so int fix.
Int fix, and you'll probably need a conversion tech for this.
Okay. Well, I'm hoping we'll find more down there.
Okay.
We have 2 of those currently, and now we have 1.
Okay. Yep.
Nice.
This is an inelegant solution, but it's sturdy and secure, and it's not going to risk being destroyed before it's done its job. It might even last 2 times because you'll have to brave the weather going in and out.
Yeah. It will hopefully last for the duration of our stay.
Mm-hmm. She does say that once you get down past a certain level, you're safe from the lightning as long as you stay near a tower that still has a functioning lightning rod.
Gotcha.
And go ahead and I know this is a pittance, but go ahead and spend 2 spare parts for this also.
You know. You know, we're gonna come up. Yeah, we're gonna come up 2 parts short.
That
Like, what the heck? I thought we had
that would honestly be hilarious.
Yeah, we've got like 9,998 out of 10,000.
Oh no. Honestly, at that point, take apart the toaster.
Yes. Oh yeah, we just cannibalized the fridge again, right?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. No.
Or carnivorous or whatever it was.
It was fudge.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna roll the damage and the crisis just so they see what you avoided.
Okay.
Because I think that's interesting. At least I don't know about you.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
it's just gonna be nothing.
Well, presumably on the way down we would get a sense of what the power level is. Woohoo! That's a big number.
Ooh, that is rather a big number.
And the crisis would have been 7 hull breach, which is another 3d10 damage if you don't take care of it immediately.
Can we use John's power to make that into a crew loss? I'm joking.
I was gonna say, John's not here.
Turn it
Wait a
into a
second.
crew loss that targets Dax, and I'll just take a system strain, and it'll be fine.
Nice.
In a way, Das is our lightning rod.
Yeah.
God.
Oh, weird. It shows a 7 on the die, but I see that the chat spat out a 3, which is crew lost.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ginter, why do you think?
It worked.
Why do you think we grabbed Das in the first place? And a lightning rod, obviously.
Yeah, of course.
So that actually was a very effective use of pre-tech to avoid quite a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How does the crew lost work? Would it basically be a random roll who it targets, or?
So crew lost as a crisis is if the crisis is not resolved by the end of the next 15 minutes. So basically, you would have to immediately deal with it. 10% of the ship's maximum crew are incapacitated. Half of them are dead or permanently disabled, and the other half can return to duty in a week.
Right. Okay. Unless Das is among that number, in which case she's basically immune.
It's supposed to target NPCs first.
Right. Okay. So she'd be immune anyway. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Supposed to doesn't mean it has to, though.
Well, yeah, it could. It could target Das and NPCs.
It would be poetically ironic if it killed Chishin.
Oh no.
I don't know if that's poetic.
That will target the entire rest of the party, but not Das. Like the one person that can get out of it. Nope.
Yeah.
It's certainly something. I don't know poetic is the word, but it's certainly something.
Yeah.
It's poetic because of the events that transpired, she's on this ship, safe from that death timer. And then as soon as we get here, she dies anyways. Because the death timer's over.
Oh. Going back to other systems.
All right. Well, she guides you based on some landmarks that she can recognize, and then through your guys' navigation, you're able to make transitions between across the ground as low as possible to try and stay off of everybody's radar, of course, and to stay off Lightning's radar. You make the transitions past areas or around areas that would be at risk because there's no closer tower, until you reach what she says is Beacon Industries, or was Beacon Industries. You see a very tall building. In fact, I should describe this planet has a lot of very tall buildings. It had several cities, and I guess the visual there is an accurate representation of Renlati, including those lightning rods that extend up above the buildings. Cities are littered with skyscrapers, and some of them show signs that there might still be somebody living there in them. Jishin recognizes some of them as such and such tower, or they broadcast a certain show across the planet. You're not catching much in the way of broadcasts right now. The transmissions that you do catch are handshakes between the towers and the Union refugee rescue efforts. And eventually navigate to Beacon Industries, where a large, tall, glass-walled building that looks like the glass was insulated by a thick layer of ice climbing it like ivy. And yeah, most of my description that I pre-wrote is assuming that there's still people alive in there and that the power's still on. It's not.
Grim dark buildings.
What's that?
Said grim dark buildings.
Grim dark building. Yes, literally. The yeah. I know I had an entrance here. No, there is no convenient entrance to this one.
It's always way.
Yeah. She says that you'll have to cut your way in or blow your way in, but says that when she was picked up, she had set the building to vent its atmosphere safely, as safe as possible, and basically let the hydrogen in, so you're not at risk of a big old building explosion because it's filled with oxygen that suddenly comes in contact with hydrogen. But you do still have to cut your way in.
I do wonder if this atmosphere is so explosively reactive with oxygen, can we just like bring an oxygen canister or even a canister with like regular air from the ship and use that to blow our way in?
You could probably use the atmosphere's explosive content to assist or make use of tools that wouldn't otherwise be useful for blowing you away in, like a hairspray blowtorch.
Percy will suggest something along these lines to Doug, who is a resident explosivologist.
Oh, I guess I am the explosivologist, aren't I?
You certainly are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does Doug want to utilize the unique environmental dangers of Rain Lottie, or does he just want to make an explosive?
Oh, I'm up to the challenge of using it. I don't know. I guess that's like a I mean, I guess I don't know. Is it? Do you think that really falls under my expertise or no?
I think I would. Yeah.
Okay.
I'd allow it.
Yeah.
Sure then.
Surely
I like a unique explosives challenge.
I was gonna say surely using the environment is easier because it's just air that we need.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's arguably well, arguably there's more variables in play.
Yeah, there's definitely more variables. I would distill it down to it's going to be more difficult. It's going to require an actual fixed roll, but it'll be a lot cheaper.
Nice. Nice.
Like, I would let you build the equivalent effect of a demo charge to burst through a wall with just 1 unit of spare parts.
Yes.
My god, we've spent 3 entire units of spare parts on stuff that's not repairs.
Oh no!
And,
Uh, do,
and 1 pre-tech component.
do I need to use Oh. Not for the explosives.
Not for the explosives, no.
Okay. I was like, no. I was like, hold on.
No.
What would a pre-tech grenade even do?
Blow up a planet.
I was gonna say part of me is happy on not knowing, part of me is deeply curious.
Part of me's happier not knowing.
A pre-tech component grenade needs to do my taxes for it to be worth it.
So what am I rolling here?
Int fix.
All right. I suppose I should have seen that coming.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I guess I'd argue for it anyways.
Oh no.
Ooh, that's not great. Time to use my expert reroll.
It's definitely time to use your expert reroll.
Yeah. God forbid a man not be able to blow a thing up. Oh no, it's a cannon event.
Is he getting an Elise reroll also?
Elise?
At least save us.
My mic was muted. I said he can get it if he wants it. I don't mind.
Well, that's nice.
Gotta be a matter of pride by this point.
I
All
just
right, so
gotta
that's
find the ability real quick. Hold up, I want to put it in the thing. Boop.
Boop. Alternate outcome. We don't explode everything.
That's
See,
much
so-
better.
You said it was a canon event.
Yeah. But yeah, it was psychics mess with the cannon. This is a known thing.
Oh.
Yeah. How do you want to describe how this designing this works out for Doug? Like, how does it play out?
Oh, I have no idea.
No, we'll say
Uh,
that he's having a little trouble isolating a little container of hydrogen with no other contaminants, so that he can test proof of concept. And
more variables.
yeah. And but I don't actually tend to treat rerolls as a faltering and then success. I think it gets a little bit. It's fun sometimes, not all the time, not every single
Yeah,
time.
I'm there with you on that.
But this time, I think it just was in terms of this was actually a challenge for Doug. This was it had a lot of interesting variables and components that made this difficult, and he now has a shiny contained block of reactive liquid oxygen or something in combination that will very cleanly blow a hole in in that wall based on structural analysis and get you through and into the building.
Yeah, see, the real challenge is directing it.
That's always
The
the
easy
case.
part's the explosion.
Yeah, I bet.
All right. So, give me just a second. I do like ice and cold environments in games because they so frequently make use of long, drawn-out strings,
Hmm.
and I just love
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, no, I can see it. I can see it.
I'm sorry, I don't quite understand long drawn out strings.
Yeah, violoncello.
Music.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I can't hear any of that.
Oh, right, yeah.
Shame.
Yeah, phone woes.
Yeah.
But yeah, you enjoy a good musical story tale, don't you?
I do enjoy many a good music.
All right. You blow a hole in to the tower, and here inside, you're about midway up as at a location recommended by Chishin for, well, they closed this floor off because it was already leaking, and that made the job even easier. It was actually an easy decision. She wasn't in charge at that time. She makes quick to point out. But once inside, you see the dismal scene that she described earlier. People who knew that their heat had been cut off and knew that it was only a matter of time before the cold froze them to death. They're just huddled with each other.
Mostly they were. No, wait, never mind.
Was there anything really preventing them from moving up a floor besides bureaucracy?
Yeah, the floors upwards get locked.
Okay, so bureaucracy.
Oh, you mean was there anything preventing them from going up by permission? Before a decision has been made.
The question is, were these people that stubbornly decided to stay here, or are they people that were basically they were
condemned?
Essentially condemned, yes. I think it was that one, right?
That would be a difficult talk check to get from Chishin. Not one that any one character has to make, but if a character wants to roll it to represent the kind of overall conversation.
Yeah. I mean, I suppose we don't need to know. We're speculating. That's what. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's something that could come out as a question without being, or not question, but as a comment that leads to question or curiosity.
Without being insensitive. There's some way to word it without being insensitive.
Yeah. So we'll assume that over the course of you kind of looking at what you've got here, it comes up at some point, and I'll let you decide who is rolling that. That person is involved in the conversation in some way, but doesn't necessarily need to be the person that had said it. And this one would be a connect check.
I'm personally fine with not knowing this, so.
Okay. Does anybody want that roll made?
I think I'm the one that asked, so I'm going to bite the bullet and make the check.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you need somebody to roll it for you?
Nope, I can roll on my own character sheet. It's you said connect?
Yes, connect with charisma.
Okay.
And that is that's not going to do it. There's no negative result for this coming up, but there's no information that comes from it coming up.
But Chishin will not talk to you anymore.
That's okay. She shouldn't barely talk to me in the first place.
Did she talk to you in the first place?
No.
There you go.
I guess we're okay in our vac suits, right? For the most part.
You're okay in your vac suits.
Okay.
Another question while we're here. This one isn't a social question. This is the story one, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
We said that we were going to be trying to do some burial funeral rites. What does that entail? I imagine by now Chishin would have said that.
So yes, Chishin has at some points, probably multiple points, given small details here and there about the culture, and the people who were not sick. They only their bones needed to be buried.
Mm-hmm.
They were a source of free food. The people that were sick were given the option to fall or to walk out the front door. Those that died before they could walk out that front door were effectively involuntarily falled. They were thrown, and by falling is a cultural ritual that culls the population every year, and the dead got to take part in that outside of the normal times. So they were thrown off the top of the tower. That's not how Chishin
I guess
wants.
I'm moving people up. Oh, I guess we're not moving up.
Chishin doesn't actually have an answer for how she wants them to be respected and honored. She just
Get this far.
Hmm?
I didn't know we'd get this far.
Yeah, she wasn't prepared for this, and she just wants like her first of all, don't treat them with disrespect here. And she doesn't know what would be best for giving them an actual any kind of rights.
Well, that's a tad bit awkward.
She is
We'll figure it out together.
yep, open to suggestions. She's also a tad bit more upset by this whole thing than she expected to be. So she's having some difficulties even thinking about how to bury these people, some of whom you can fairly assume were killed by her decision.
Yeah, that's understandable. I think we can give Shishin the day off. Whatever time.
Just the day off?
Well, we do still need to be pointed to where all the good free tech is.
You know what? She'll take that. She will take the day, but she will
Also, a day off from Doug. I mean, come on. That's about the highest honor.
Yeah, when you put it that way, I suppose.
We understand if you need an extra 15-minute break today.
15 minutes?
Ouch.
Oh, it's minutes now, is it?
All right, let's get the boring stuff out of the way. Let's do the rolls. So this is another one of the trade determination rolls. It's not a skill check. 3d6 plus your highest constitution, highest fix skill, and highest survive skill.
Highest Constitution, Fix, and Survive. I think I have none of those. I think I have.
Yeah, none of those are going to be me. I'm suspecting Con and Fix is going to be Doug.
I have a strong suspicion. Yeah.
I
I
think
don't know
so.
about Survive.
Oh, I might actually have decent. I've got one survive.
Oh dang.
Is it just all Doug?
Might be. It's just kind of my wheelhouse.
Everything's coming up, Doug.
Yep.
And there is also a
It's
-1
everything.
friction. It would have been -3, but you have Chishin. So yeah, if nobody has higher than 1 survive, then this is a 3d6 +4.
And it's all Doug. So
I guess I'll roll.
May as well
Guess
parse
you
it out
roll
as
it.
+5 -1.
yeah.
How many tons of spare parts do we need?
Yes.
Quite a lot.
Never enough. Always never enough.
I think yes is actually the correct answer.
Mm.
Sure, I'm looking for a number though.
Yes.
Last I looked,
think
it's
we're
something
not
like
getting-
60,000. We're not going to get.
Yeah, it's the weapons just take so much, and then the drive takes a crap ton too.
I was
Okay.
just gonna say we need
It's
it.
something like
too.
it's something like 10 for each of the little guns, 20 for the big gun, and 20 for the drive. But I think one of the 20s is actually like 22.5 or something.
That sounds familiar.
I'm
Like I said,
only
we need
thing
at
if
least
it will
two.
make it easier, even just like easier in the fiction, we don't have to leave this tower. We can just kind of like salvage things from inside, and then teleport them over.
Huh.
Less exposure to the outside elements.
Interesting.
Okay.
How frequently can you burden deportation? Can you do that for free?
I can't do it for free. However, I can do it like 4 or 5 or 6 times.
Right.
And I think that it's 2 or 4 tons per level, which right now is 3.
Okay.
Okay, so that's 6 or 12
And
tons.
a ton.
Ergo.
Yeah, a ton of spare parts is
It's like
what, 200 or something?
Oh,
Was it? Can't remember.
200 spare parts is a ton, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what
Okay.
like. Is it 2 or 4 tons you can do per level right now?
Okay. So
Let me find out.
what I'll let that do is add wisdom. Not add wisdom, but allow you to replace the con with wisdom. Does that well, I forget the stats are
Change
so
the
low. Does that actually
yeah, I
change
was gonna
anything?
say,
Yeah.
does kind of have a 2 wisdom or nah?
Oh, Myokin's got trash across the board.
That's right. Okay.
Had to use my 14 getting a +1 to intelligence, otherwise it'd be straight zeros.
Well, who would have thought that being able to teleport the parts instead of transporting them manually would actually make things worse?
Okay, how about this then? Make a difficult. It's gonna be a difficult check. Con plus teleport.
Okay.
You got this. You
I
got
forgot
this.
the psychic skills were somewhere on the side. Up, let me. I have to put the character sheet in. Okay, I have it as a task. Cool.
That
Oh, that's
passes
pretty
the difficulty I set. So you can replace survive with teleport.
Ooh.
I believe that would bring the
So
result
that's a-
2 higher, right?
It'd bring it 3 higher.
There's already 1 from Survive, so 2 higher.
Oh, never mind. Yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah.
2 higher.
All right, so
Two
that
higher,
brings
yeah.
your 6.
Which I think is the top of the table, right?
think so.
Almost. You're 1 point away from the top of the table, but it did go from a +80% to a +150%.
Holy moly.
Ooh.
Ka-ching!
All right,
Yeah.
let me recalculate
Is there
this.
Is there a 19 plus then? On the
There
top?
is 19 plus is 200%.
Right. Okay, so we're yeah. And that's plus 200, right?
Yes, yes,
So
it
it's 3
is.
times. So we're getting like 2.5 times, and we could theoretically have got 3 times.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
that's still
Yeah,
pretty.
nice.
That's still pretty good.
that's
Good
still
chat,
pretty good.
Good chat.
That turned the spare parts yield of the tower from 2,400 base to 6,000 per week.
Oh.
Nice.
You know, that 60,000 spare parts we're getting overall, not looking quite so far away now.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it goes down. It goes down with each week, right?
Yeah,
You know, it's not
I'll
gonna
be
that
adding
every
2
week,
friction
but
to the next week.
Yeah.
I suppose,
But
yeah. But even
if we
so,
can get that in 1 week,
Mhm.
you know,
that's like half a gun.
we only need 10 times that. So it's probably less than 20 weeks total.
We're not going to stay here for 20 weeks.
Well, no, but we'll probably stay here for a few weeks and get enough to get like one of the guns or something.
Nice.
And then find somewhere
Okay.
else later.
Depends on how things go.
Indeed, we might come out here with like 30,000 and get another gun in the drive. We'll see. So
I
we've
think
got
I'm
8,000
gonna-
already, so we only need like 22 to get there.
Okay, yes, maybe, yeah. That's a maybe.
Let's see.
We shall
Alright.
see how we roll. We
Yeah.
may roll very badly on the next one.
That is
It's always
a non-zero,
possible.
there is a non-zero possibility that Speed Fiend Canna will be pushing for the upgraded drive first.
Yeah, well, we'd get recognised. I think we need guns, plural.
With their ability to run away?
Yes,
Yeah.
because running away doesn't help if you need fuel from them first.
True,
You know?
That sounds like a really good argument for going ahead and cannibalizing that ship for the infinite fuel thing.
Hey, I was on board
Yeah.
with that plan.
Yeah, no, that
Let
does
the
sound
record-
like a good idea as well.
Let the record show I was on board with that plan.
Yeah, infinite fuel and also Drive 6 is that is a scary ship.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
because-
just never has to stop. We could just get somewhere and just jump immediately.
Yeah, just at a point you spook them and suddenly, boom, they're half the sector away.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, plus we have the emergency drill activation, so.
Well, yeah,
Exactly. Like
yeah,
you spook them and boom, they're gone.
yeah, yeah. And we'd be running like stupid fast because Drive 6 plus Canna.
To
Like,
be fair, though, the infradrive will also kind of effectively do that too.
Mm.
Infodrive takes time to recharge.
Does it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Ah, well,
yeah.
even so.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
So I want to make a quick clarification. The tower isn't as morbid as I laid it out. I forgot that people can't breathe hydrogen. And so I don't know if this is true or not, but it seems kinder to me, more merciful to me, that they fell asleep before they froze to death.
Hmm.
Yeah, makes sense. Suffocate first.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The presumably more peaceful death.
And it wasn't the kind of violent suffocation. It was my lungs are not processing as much oxygen and I'm getting sleepy kind of suffocation.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
the
'cause
car in the
it's
garage.
not toxic or anything. It's just there's not oxygen there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Still morbid, but
Oh, still morbid. Yeah.
freezing to
At
death
least a little
seems
bit
awful.
A little more humanitarian.
Yeah.
I also have a correction to make. It is not 2 or 4 tons. It is 200 kilograms, which is significantly less.
I'm fine with it. I think that with Kana being able to teleport past difficult areas and scout better, Kana's bringing a lot to the table with her teleport, a lot more to the table with her teleport than just being able to move things, and
Perhaps
being able to
moving some of the more awkwardly shaped items.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's not pure
Yeah.
weight that you're moving; it's difficulty that you're moving.
Yeah, if we just got a box of stuff, we can just carry it. But if it's like a long thing that's going to get caught on all the corridors.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to make the record be clear that it was not a matter of pure tonnage, because it's not even 1 ton. It is in fact at most 0.8 tons.
Fair enough.
It's a matter of pure kilogramage. No.
No, I don't think so.
I don't understand what kilograms to pounds is. I'm from America.
Alright, so I'm going to end this session. We're coming up close to it. With I will tell you the rest of what you find over the course of a week later. We don't need to belabor it. In fact, I'll probably just post it into chat. Not chat, planning. And tell you that neither Elise nor Doug have seen Vicky in several days. And Asta is also been seeming distracted, and her work has slipped. And this was both prior to this week of salvaging and during it. Which of those, if either, would you like to address? And if neither, then we'll find something else to do for 5 minutes.
Well, so far as Douglas is concerned, Vicky not. I mean, that's just probably Vicky shirking of duties.
You say that, but I
But
feel like the Vicky thing is, and it's interesting. I think since like the last we saw her was just showing off the cool combat simulation things she did and then departing. And they were talking about giving her like more
the
appropriate
new
duties and stuff.
job.
Yeah,
more
and then
suited to her skills.
just gone.
I mean, I really do want to look at both, but I guess the question is which one do we prioritize?
So-
I suppose Vicky being missing does seem a little bit more urgent, because I feel like her type of slacking was usually being seen to be working, right?
Yes.
Right, so that's a little bit more alarming.
Yeah.
To it's not in line with her usual brand of slacking to be not found.
Yeah.
So perhaps that is more urgent.
Yeah, because normally she is very visibly not doing a ton.
Yeah. Well, she's visibly doing something. It's just not productive.
Yeah.
That was the other thing that I forgot to include in your recap, Jackal, is Vicky was caught and called out for being a terrible worker.
Dusting the manifolds for way too long.
For being a terrible worker.
Yes.
Dusting the manifolds. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. The
Pretty much.
Were we expecting her to be a good worker? I can't recall.
No. Well, out of character now. In character, presumably.
Alright, so it sounds like I've got 2 votes for Vicky. I'm not sure who the train is voting for. Sorry, Docs.
Train is voting for whoever refills the coal.
Well, that's neither of them at this stage. Any other votes? Alright. Vicky it is. So who's looking into this?
Well, Doug, for one, I suppose.
Okay. Trying to figure out where Vicky is. She seems to have she seems to have reported for duty. Oh wait, no, sorry, she did not because Kana was doing her duties.
You know what? Yeah, I'll bite. Percy's going for this as well because he had some change to the simulation or something to mention to Vicky and can't find her.
Okay.
I'll bite.
All right. Well, go ahead and roll me a. Let's do either a sneak or a connect. Both of those with charisma. Either of those with charisma. From Percy. You know what? I'm also going to call for a wisdom notice from Doug. Or charisma notice.
That's a 4 on the Charisma Connect. Whoops.
Oof, it is.
Whoops.
Wisdom notice.
Man, I rolled dice solo once and it's a 4.
So.
Whoops, I guess we're doing the Asta plotline. Vicky is not here. Okay.
No. Percy is Percy sees Vicky. And she seems to just kind of be doing what he was expecting her to be doing. She's messing around with the simulation. But as he's coming across, the workshop is fairly large. As he's coming across, before he said anything to her, he sees she catches sight of someone and looks over and quickly ducks away. Not like ducking behind cubicles like in Office Space, but
yeah, but like we're in the head.
yeah, she is decided to leave what she's doing and go somewhere else. It's not hard to follow. Who she spotted was Doug, and Doug spotted her doing exactly this.
Huh.
Like deer in the headlights?
No. She looked over, saw Doug, and quickly left her station to go somewhere else. But she wasn't subtle enough to do this before Doug sees her doing it.
She's avoiding me.
She appears to be avoiding Doug.
Huh. Yeah, Percy will just like sort of give Doug a slightly confused, like almost what was that about? Look.
I
And
guess
then
I feel like Vicky.
She freezes. And it turns around. Oh, Doug, hi. I mean, Mr. Davies, hi, sir.
nah, Doug is fine.
Where have you been?
Oh, well,
I
Connor
haven't
was.
seen you.
No, Connor was doing my shift, right? She walks woodenly towards the two of you.
You said she checked in for like the shift and all that jazz, right?
No, that was before I forgot. Before I remembered that Connor had agreed to take over her shift, and Vicky gladly accepted that.
Oh. So we hadn't seen. Oh, sorry, but we hadn't seen Vicky in a while.
She, you had not physically seen her. Even, if Doug came by to, like.
But her shift was accounted for, though.
Her shift was accounted for, but if Doug came by to check on, like, the progress of that thing, she was not there. I see.
Yes. So on top of, passing off the shift, she was avoiding Doug.
Yes.
Okay. I got you now. I get it now.
Yeah. Sorry, I trounced the portrayal of that, but that's that's what it is.
That's the situation.
That's a situation.
It's like, are you avoiding me for some reason?
No. I was never.
It feels weird I haven't seen you around. I mean, I know. Yeah, you're right. Connor's doing your shift. No worries there. But
we must have just missed each other.
Huh? Has anyone? Now, wasn't the whole crew, like all the command people, not seeing her, or is it just Doug that hadn't seen her?
Just Doug and Delise.
Oh, okay. Oh, see, Elise was telling me that, you know, she hadn't seen you around either, and I just thought it was weird I hadn't seen you. Thought maybe you'd gotten, I don't know, there's some maybe sort of monster out there.
Doug.
Huh?
Give me a minute. Percy will just sort of like make a slight backing away gesture with his hand, like. Eh.
She gives a forced smile.
You trying to get my attention?
Yeah, is Percy trying to pull Doug away?
Percy's trying to push Doug away, like.
Oh, so
Give us
Percy's
a
trying
minute,
to
get out of here.
Percy's trying to talk with Vicky without Doug.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. It's like, huh? What? Oh,
Yeah, like, just-
I mean, all right, yeah.
Give us a minute, like push away
Yeah,
again.
Doug will just, you know, like a squirrel, forget that, you know, it was like, he'll just let you have your conversation.
And once Doug is on his way out, Percy just turns to Vicky and go, "What's up? What's happening? What's up?"
Nothing, sir. I like working here. I don't want them to fire me.
Fire you?
Yeah.
Oh.
Hired me to be crew, right?
Yeah. Is this because I've had you working on the simulation thing? I'll talk with him about it. But like that's on me.
Yeah, but
You're not gonna
what about after it?
After it,
And
I
Doug,
think
I've never seen Doug scary before, except when he caught me sleeping, or almost sleeping. But
yeah, he doesn't.
Lacking.
He doesn't really have a scary mode. Well,
but
actually,
he was saying
no, take that back.
things in the simulation that I thought I'd just be dropped off. I mean, we're at Henry Station, or near it.
Huh. No,
I,
that's weird. The only thing that he said about you not being like a crew member here anymore was about putting you onto more specialized duties that fit your skill set better because he was impressed with the simulation. I'm pretty sure I remember him saying something
Specialized.
about
Wait, what? Like,
that. Yeah, more like this kind of stuff, I think.
yeah, you did, Meowkin.
Oh no, I remember you said to let us wait a bit. I'm aware of this.
Mm. Did we forget to end that?
Yeah, you've let us wait for a bit. She thinks
we
she
might
can
have
get tired.
left there sweating a bit too long.
She has been avoiding the people that could fire her.
Yeah. Yeah. Percy look like. Does Vicky look any less panicky now?
She does, yeah.
Okay, good. Percy will face in the direction that Doug was walked away and go, "Hey, Doug!"
Huh?
Some of that panic is coming back.
Come back! Come back!
All right, yeah. What was that about?
Vicky thought that you were gonna fire her.
Oh my god, you...
Oh, that. Oh no, I just meant to
Yeah.
let you sweat a little bit.
Get that?
Uh,
A bit too much. Too much.
Oh.
Oh, you still thought? Oh.
Yes. I'm telling you, man. These kind of this kind of thing is a lot less funny for the person that is being done to, who doesn't know that you're not
I
taking it
haven't
seriously. You know?
slept for like a week.
See, this.
It hasn't actually been a week. She
Yeah,
may
I
be
think it's been-
exaggerating.
I think it's been a week. I'm not sure it's been a week since we had that conversation.
It is not.
Time flies too fast. Oh no, yeah, I'm sorry about that. That's on me.
You don't want to fire me then?
No.
Oh, you're good at this visual shit.
Yeah, I am.
Like, have you ever
We
seen
can
a
find a way to
simulation?
use
like-
that.
Have you ever seen that simulation like the one that you made for me?
Right, have I seen it? What do you mean?
Have you ever seen someone else make something like that realistic?
Yeah.
Well, I have. Well, I haven't. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, our standards are pretty low.
I didn't think there was much need for something like that on a ship, though.
You gotta get creative when you're working on a ship like this.
Shrug. We have eclectic needs.
So just to be
I know.
clear, I'm not going to be fired or let go.
Definitely not being fired. No.
Can't rule everything out.
What?
Doug.
But not over this. No, not right now. I'm just saying, you know, we're gonna find you better work that you might enjoy more. But that doesn't mean you don't have to work.
But yeah, I think what Doug is getting at, stare, is that there are better uses for your skill set than what we've been having you doing.
That sounds pretty awesome, if
Yeah.
I'm being honest.
Yeah, I'm sure the manifolds will will survive not being dusted every day.
Oh, the manifolds. There's just so many.
Right?
Yeah, you might say they're manifold.
Oh God.
I love that joke.
But yeah, yeah, you're safe. Your job is safe, and hey, if you're
No, your
like,
job dusting the manifold ain't safe.
if you, and if you're literally like losing sleep because you're so anxious about something, we're not going to bite your head off if you talk to us.
Okay.
All good?
Okay. Thank you.
No worries. Also,
You're
how
welcome.
much of your shift was left for the day?
Oh, I was
What kind of
finished.
fucking
I was just. I had an idea and I wanted to test it out.
No, shame if you had like less than a couple of hours of your workday left. I was gonna say finish early and go catch up on your sleep.
Oh. I should do that.
Yeah, you probably, yeah.
She does look tired. She does look like she has actually lost sleep.
Yeah, yeah, I believe it.
She was exaggerating about a week, but she wasn't exaggerating about losing sleep.
Sleep, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, look after yourself, yeah.
It's kind of a uncertain look at Percy and Doug. Thank you, sirs. This is not, this is not exactly what I thought the Raza would be like.
Yeah, if you'd asked the me that used to be here, I don't think it's what he would have expected either.
You think
We
we were?
are-
You think we were like hard asses?
Well,
We might have been.
You remember what the old man said? Yeah, probably.
I guess I didn't know what to expect.
Shades of grey and everything, right? Like, sure, we used to be, what, the scariest motherfuckers around in the sector, but we're good to the people that work for us. So, like, is it a very small mitigating factor in the bigger picture? Sure, but I know it's weird.
And and I like being here with Libra and Luna too. So I mean that's all cool.
Oh, Libra's the one you should be scared of. I mean,
No.
No, Libra's,
She's so
Libra's
nice.
fun. Libra's
not
fun.
not personality wise. I'm just talking about those plasma cans.
No. Yeah.
Oh, what does onboard weaponry make you automatically scary now?
I'm gonna go to sleep
a
now
trick
before you tell me
question,
anything
Percy.
else that might terrify me.
I know about Percy built-in weaponry?
My hand did unfold into a blaster the other day.
Okay, so probably yes.
You were there.
Vicky exits with another kind of she pauses as she's leaving, and it's another kind of awkward
Yeah, we're
wave.
just going off on a tangent.
Yeah. And then she's gone.
I like to imagine that as she turns around to see to give the awkward wave, she sees that Percy and Doug have gotten into something of a like mock heated discussion about the onboard weaponry thing. Percy's hand is maybe unfolded into a gun at this point.
Okay, yeah, she's gone.
Like this makes me scary.
Go on to see. Maybe we should mod that someday.
Eh.
I'm sure nothing can go wrong with modding a built-in bodyguard tool, right?
I think it's
sorry, what?
I think it's actually in the book as unmoddable. Either that or it was my GM that said it couldn't be modded.
I think it's unmoddable.
Okay.
Otherwise, I would have asked you for like half a dozen mods already.
Right. Oh yeah, it is because at least Crawford has said so because it's an opportunity cost. You have it always, but it's not always your best weapon.
Yeah, definitely not. Yeah.
The value of it is that you always have it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also that you don't need to like sneak it past you don't need to like sneak it past sensors or anything. Like you could almost always have a pistol or a knife with you, but you can't always. The charge thing as well, because it runs off like bioelectricity, right?
Yeah, you don't have to. Wait, no, I think you do have to have a battery for it. But let's get in a little bit outside here. I want
Okay,
to reconnect, make sure there's nothing else anybody else wants to do or say before I end the session. Card.